Hello everyone, I got a match for here today, which is a wild one. I haven't really seen much of it. I just saw enough to know that it was wild. It is a high funds match from the Global League, and maybe you're gonna be surprised by one of the players here playing high funds. Like, what? This player is known to play strictly standard. That player is gonna be Poland. He is one of the best standard players in live, in Global League. Doesn't matter the timer. Very good, very efficient. Has a very particular way of playing. I think this might be the second, if not third, video on the channel of Poland, but he has a very particular style. Let's say he likes income a lot, and so he pushes that to the boundaries in standard, where he will interrupt every single capture that you're doing. Doesn't matter with what, he'll put a medium tank in artillery's range to do that. He'll do whatever it takes. As long as he can stop a capture, he will do it. So as long as he can keep that income, have more income than you, and then doesn't matter the unit count, he'll be like 20 units less than you, doesn't matter. He only cares about the income, because overall he'll keep brawling, keep that income going, gets more powers, and then just kind of weathers you down, you know? That's kind of like an oversimplification of his strategy. He's a very good tactical player, just very good at finding breakthroughs and like pre-planning fights as well. So very good player. And then we have Mordio, which I don't really know much of this player, but is also very highly ranked, so a good player. And the thing is that Poland plays standard all the time, right? And it seems like he got to a point where he doesn't get enough points now, because he wins, gets like 1 point, and then loses like 50 points. So it's like, and he really wanted to get like a very high record of overall points, and so he has decided to look beyond standard and has not really gone into fog, but instead moved over to high funds. And maybe you'd think, oh, but if he likes income so much, why wouldn't he like high funds? Well, the thing is that maybe his strategy doesn't work as well in high funds, maybe because the other one will always have quite a bit of income. So it's not like, oh, I can make a neo tank but you can't. No, you both can make neo tanks. The only difference is that one can make 2 neo tanks and the other one can make 1, maybe. I don't know, something like that. So we will see. I have never seen Poland play high funds yet, and I barely saw this match. It is a very interesting one though. This map, I believe, is kind of new. I've just now started seeing some matches of it in the Global League. I might be wrong, maybe it's older, I don't know, doesn't matter. But it is the first time that I'm gonna cover this, and I don't think anyone has covered a match on this map yet. So it is high funds. We have 3 bases and 1 airport per player. So you got your little nice little basic setup back here, your 2 bases and 1 airport. Both bases are neutral, so it is a very late start for the strong side or area. And then you got your 1 base over here in the middle. It's almost like a Hope Forlorn kind of setup, where the 1 base is kind of like separated by these mountains, right? So it's hard for the 2 base to kind of support the 1 base. But it's very interesting because the 1 base is also the fastest to the middle. Like you can see, like you make a new tank, boom, boom, and it's right here. So you'll probably be making vehicles here to interrupt some of these captures, and then you'll be making a lot of infantry back here, but this is going to be your strong area as it moves out, as it's finishing the captures. You also got your airport here, instead of being like 1 base 1 airport, right? It's 2 base 1 airport. So very interesting. And we have double comm tower as well. They don't seem contested because they're so close to the 1 base, but I can guarantee that they will become contested later on when all of this starts to like move to the side, right? These forces could maybe go towards here to support the 1 base. It's going to be kind of awkward, remember, because you can't cross over here, so it's going to be important maybe to control the middle, and then you can either shift and destroy the base. You also have to be careful. There's this 1 single lab. Very tricky map, no? This 1 single lab, so if the forces push too strongly over here and you get pinned down up towards your base, then your lab is going to be exposed and it might get captured and then you lose. So a lot of stuff going on. Gotta take control of the middle. Gonna try to contest with the one base, then gets pushed back. Gotta be careful with the one base. Gotta be careful with the lab, etc. So let's move slowly towards the match. We already covered the play. We got Poland. We got Mordio. We got Poland in the orange star with Eagle. That is Poland's favorite color, so I'm just gonna leave that. And we got Mordio in the green earth with Sensei. So this is a tier 1 match in High Funds. One of the wildest tiers in the site, pretty much in the game. It's just insane. Just the powers are very wild. Eagle becomes insane in High Funds, and Sensei becomes less strong than in standard or fog, and so he's available in tier 1. And it is pretty they're very different, very different. You got Eagle that just wants to stall out and have the biggest and most devastating lightning strike you've ever seen in your life, completely wipe out all your army and win. And he could have like 3 or 4, like, in High Funds there's more funds, more charge, so it's not that expensive to get lightning strike even after a few times. And Sensei, 2 stars, and he's pumping 20 infantry around the map, so he's never going to be short of infantry, let's just put it that way. He's never going to be lacking infantry to stop your captures or start capturing your cities or whatever. So going to be very interesting. And I think it's also interesting to see that Poland decided to go with Eagle in this map. Yeah, I don't really relate Poland to Eagle and like more stallier COs. Usually he tends to pick more brawly COs. He's always interrupting your captures. That kind of thing. So it is going to be interesting to see this. And I would expect, you want the Sensei to be the aggressive one, always trying to interrupt your captures. Putting pressure early, not letting Eagle to stall and build up army comfortably. So it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a CO and a strategy that might kind of make friction with Poland's usual style of playing. So we'll see. And I haven't really seen much of this match, so I'm going to try to keep a good count of what's going on so I don't miss anything. But we have our first vehicle done over here. You can see how late the 2 base is, right? Like there's only 3 infantry here. You already have 5 over here. So there's going to be something about the 1 base being much earlier, being able to put some pressure, and then the 2 base is going to push back. So there's going to be that dynamic, which always makes maps so interesting. So we're going to be finishing those captures right there. Also, Mordio delayed the airport capture by going for this city. I think it's to get this chain, so maybe he doesn't want to make a T-copter or copter a turn earlier. I think that makes sense, getting that chain, if that's your plan. And opens up with a medium tank. No tank, just medium tank from the 1 base. Again, it's the closest now, so there's going to be a lot of things to consider from what you build from the 1 base. It's definitely your fastest base. It's 1 turn to pressure stuff. Over here is going to be 2 turns to pressure something. And Poland's going to make a T-copter and a tank in the middle, so not going to answer that medium tank at all whatsoever, just making 3 tanks and a T-copter against the medium tank. So, we'll see. Poland also going for the double comm tower cap as well as Mordio here, so that's going to be very interesting. I would assume you would try to go for the cities first, because there isn't going to be much of a threat just now, but they decided to do that first. This medium tank just moving forward is gonna prevent this infantry from safely going for any of these 2, and this infantry is in range to interrupt this capture if it decides to go there. So there we go. That is exactly what Poland's gonna do. I can guarantee that this infantry is gonna attack this guy, and there's also a lot of captures over here, so it's gonna take a while. Like the 2 base is late to activate, and it also has a lot of captures to capture. So it's gonna take a really long time to push out, but when it does, it's gonna come out full force, just flood of infantry and units. So we got another medium tank down here by Mordio, so very different builds by both. That is very interesting. You got this T-copter pushing up this infantry to get this capture, possibly. Medium tank doesn't have a target just now, so let's see what it does. This other one is gonna move forward, and we're gonna get this interrupt right there. Boom! Look at that. Sensei has, I think, plus 40 attack on the infantry MX, which is ridiculous. Has more than Sammy. Like, what? Why? Why does he have so much firepower? I don't know. But yeah, I guess that nice 9 against 4, like not even 5, you know, because at 5 he's like, okay, fine, I'll just capture again, and then you get it next turn. But at 4, it's 3 turns, you're not gonna get it. And a little bit of an oversight here by Mordio, allowing this little hit here with his tank. These medium tanks, that's kind of like the thing, right? You can only make 1 medium tank, and you can only cover so much. And the counterplay maybe by Poland is having lots of smaller vehicles that don't counter the medium tank, but because there's so many, the medium tank can't catch them all. So that's kind of what Poland is trying to do. So like, Poland can't go and interrupt this, but if I know Poland, he will attack from... Also both tanks could go and attack that infantry. There you go. One, possibly the second one. Like that. Called it. So yeah, that's, if you've never seen Poland before, that is Poland. Perfectly in range of this medium tank to get hit by any of these two. But the thing is that this kind of thing in high funds is more viable because tanks are much cheaper in a sense. And boom, oof, with the 2 towers, that's a KO. But if you look, this is the 1 base, right? And just count how many infantry there are. It's not a lot. Just these 3, this one that died, and then this one that went to interrupt, and that's it. Now this 1 base is gonna just be making vehicles most likely every single turn. Like, it's gonna be making an anti-air probably to defend from this, and so, you know, every turn that goes by now it's gonna be vehicle, not a lot of infantry. So taking out infantry from the 1 base with your vehicles and sacrificing that vehicle can sometimes be very much worth it if it completely denies that capture and possibly other captures as well from your opponent. So this guy's gonna finish off that guy right there. We're gonna capture right in front of that tank because this medium tank is gonna cover it. And now slowly the infantry wave is gonna be moving forward now that these things are done. We're making more. And there goes the anti-air. And you gotta be careful because Sensei is gonna get that power very fast. So although yes, I was saying he's not gonna have infantry, he will with the power. But until then, he's gonna be a little bit short. And gets a little shot there with the copter. Has the extra defense from the city, so that is really nice. So it's kind of fine for the medium tank. You're gonna get that shot there, so that will possibly also slow down any captures. But again, more Poland things. Like, this is just gonna get shot by a tank from the city. Although it is a weaker tank from Sensei with the 2 towers and from the city, that is gonna hurt a lot. Poland makes a bomber, and I think that's an okay purchase because we got this medium tank that you need to counter. Bombers are great. I love bombers, best unit in the game. And your Eagle too. Like, Eagle lightning strike with bombers is just ridiculous. You KO 2 units of your choice. It's amazing. It's like perfect composition for Eagle is bombers and anti-airs. That's it. There we go. Boom goes the tank. We're gonna bring that anti-air to kind of cover everything. That guy's gonna go and repair, and this infantry is gonna be the one responsible for this capture right here. And so Poland was able to stop this capture, which he did get, but it was, I think, taken out here. Kind of lost track over there of that. And nothing can really attack this. Not the anti can attack the copter, and there's you can't shoot at that medium tank, so these 2 are safe. And this is slowly gonna be moving forward, as well as this. Got these infantry waves moving forward. Very important moment. And copter's gonna go in and attack that tank in range of the anti-air. And I'm gonna finish that off and start the capture. There we go. And I'm gonna interrupt this capture, but oof, look at the damage that I received, right? 10-10. Brings down to 6, and boom, that counter attack at 5. That's insane. And this is a very fragile position from Poland. Like, this medium tank can shoot at this tank. Sure, you have the artillery, but this copter can attack here. So it's like, fine, you can kill a copter. But I think it's 100% worth to just pounce on this if you're Mordio. Like, you take out this infantry, you take out the tank, and you take out the artillery. Remember, this is Sensei with the insane copter. I think it's 50% more attack. So you can definitely go for that. Just take these 3 out. Sure, you lose a copter, but that's kind of fine. And I guess we'll see. I think so blocks you with a T-copter. Not exactly sure. I think it's to block the medium tank from attacking the tank. So Poland is trying to guarantee this capture. There's still a way that Mordio can interrupt it, but it's probably gonna flip. So we're gonna take that out, and medium tank, exactly, it's just gonna charge in, take it out. Okay, it does take it out, and then the tank is gonna attack the artillery. Ooh, even better. Honestly, you could have used the copter. I think it's fine. But we're gonna take out this copter right here, this anti-air. Even the medium tank charges in. And copters are just gonna swing towards the north, or towards the middle, somewhat north. In range of this one, but there's another copter, and there's some anti-airs coming as well. We got the double anti-air to protect from the bomber, and we got our first power being used. It's the copter command. So there we go, a bunch of 9 HP infantry made from every single city. What is that? 4, 9, 11 infantry. Just for free. And ready to go too, that's just insane. And joins a few there to get some cash. And yeah, like now that wave of infantry is now gonna be bigger. And from the one base as well. Like, you don't, that's kind of the thing with Sensei. At a certain point, you don't even need to be making infantry because you're gonna be getting your power like every 2 turns or something. So it's gonna compensate. Like, you have 4 cities right here, that's 4 infantry every 2 turns. So very, very good. So at a certain point, it can get very tricky for Eagle to attack Sensei because there's so many infantry, and so you end up using your lightning strike to take out all his infantry to finally reach some vehicle. There's that balance. There's that clash of strategies by both COs. It's very interesting. This bomber can't really attack anything, or else it's just gonna die. I don't think it's gonna attack. It's just gonna sit back. It's gonna move towards the middle. Gonna protect somewhat here against that medium tank. Both of these cities are still, they're both very contested. None of them are being captured. They're both being stared at by infantry, but we're gonna make another bomber here. Love to see those Eagle bombers. And okay, this tank is getting bullied by infantry, and anti-air is just gonna go crazy and take out that T-copter. That infantry is gonna die, and anti-airs are going a bit wild here, but I guess it's because there's like no tanks here from Poland, so nothing to attack these anti-airs. The only thing would be this bomber, but there's 2 of them, so you can't really attack one without your bomber getting attacked back. So, and Mordio is doing like the thing that you usually want to be doing as Sensei, right? Keeping the pressure, like always, boom, boom, keep attacking. Goes and attacks here, even if it's in range of a bomber, like just keep the fight going, right? The thing is, if you look at those powers, look at the charge by Eagle. So you gotta be very careful. A lightning strike here could be both of these anti-airs going down. So with this bomber and this one maybe, but just putting the pressure here as well. Like, this bomber is, oh, it is in range of that medium tank, but decides to kind of send stuff in, take out this new tank and this artillery. So trying to cripple as much of the army from Eagle. And the thing is with Eagle, that does hurt a lot. Like, now you have what, 3, 4, 5 vehicles. You're gonna have a lightning strike and you're gonna take out what, 2 anti-airs and these guys. There's a lot of captures going on as well, so a lot of pressure on here for Poland. And again, if you watch the intro, you know Poland has a specific style. He tends to always sacrifice stuff to stop any captures from you. And there's not only 2 of them, well, I guess also this one. There's also 2 that are flips, so that's even, red alert. Like, Let's see if Poland decides to go and interrupt them, uses the super or what. He's gonna get this capture. He's gonna move forward that bomber. So I think this might be a lightning strike. And I get that kill right there. This anti could also kill this copter right here. Bomber's gonna move in. Boom, take that medium tank out. And we are going to interrupt that capture right there, it seems, yeah. And R2 is gonna move into position, possibly to injure this guy. And yeah, this is definitely a lightning strike turn. Copter, tank, tank, tank. Get those vehicle builds first before using your lightning strike. And here we go. Tank is gonna attack that copter, possibly take it out with this copter. Oh, and bomber's actually gonna go and take out the bomber. This bomber's gonna take out this anti-air. Oof. And that anti-air is gonna take this copter. This copter is also going to go down. Oof. Okay, very good use of this lightning strike. And so it interrupts both of these capture flips and interrupts these two neutral captures as well. And it's gonna attack this copter, doesn't get the KO, and this copter is gonna die. And definitely overcharging Sensei, right? It was like almost over here before lightning strike, and after all these kills, that was a good overcharge. So really, really solid. And now Poland makes another tank and can make just like, I don't know, double infantry and recon. So, oof, look at that value, 144 versus 86. But, and the income too, 46 to 38, so really well done by Poland, holding on to these two cities, which he does have this one, so he has this one double, and Sensei doesn't have this one, and has this one, and Sensei doesn't have this one. But now got this city, so bringing up to 40 that income. Gonna take that copter out. Kind of the thing always with as he uses airborne assault to get mechs on every city, probably to get a shot here into this anti-air with a mech, is that after a lightning strike and you just plunging in like that, as Poland just did, you kind of end up very exposed to a counterattack. So although it looks really good, all this is gonna get wrecked. Like, you got this artillery in range, boom. We're gonna take that out. The bomber is gonna go unharmed from all this, as well as this one, so that is really, really nice. We're gonna bring both anti-airs and just bring everything in front of it, maybe block of some sort, maybe block the bomber in. I think it's easy to break through though. But that could have been interesting, block this off. But yeah, lots of anti-airs from Mordio, really wanting to counter those bombers. I think a fighter would really help a lot. A fighter here covers like almost the whole map. But no, just gonna rely on many anti-airs. Got 3 over here, got 2, now a third one coming. So lots of anti-airs to try to counter these bombers from Eagle. Gonna interrupt this capture, not gonna let that go through. Again, this is Poland. Doesn't matter what happens, he will send something, even if there's only a bomber available. That bomber is going to sacrifice itself to interrupt this in range of an anti-air or something. We're going to break through here and injure this anti-air, but it is in range of like anti-air killing this copter. And we're going to make another bomber, so many Eagle bombers. And just fighting in front, right? Like Eagle usually wants to kind of chill. You have the income advantage, kind of like sit back, use artillery, just kind of stall it out. But that might be playing too much in the hands of Sensei a bit, because Sensei can then slowly push forward with an avalanche of units, and then you can't really break through. So it's very tricky. Again, it's a clash of strategies. The two COs are they're polar opposites. So definitely very interesting. We're gonna attempt again to get this capture, and now the only thing that can stop this capture is the bomber. Nothing else is in range, so let's see if Poland decides to interrupt the capture with the bomber or not. It would mean that the bomber would go down with the anti-air, and Mordio is using those infantry to take down the infantry from Eagle, and that's such a classic thing. If you look at the unit count, it is disgusting. 22 to 46. You can see there's just an overwhelming amount of infantry of units here and here, And Sensei just spares infantry, right? And you can sacrifice them to snipe the opponent's infantry, and then it's gonna be impossible for them to capture anything, or to use them to interrupt captures, forcing vehicles to attack the captures, and then gets vehicle first strike vehicle on vehicle, and that's kind of the play. It's somewhat similar to Sami, but more overpowered. And makes a rocket interesting. I guess there's these two planes right here, but then there's these bridges and roads, so it can move pretty fast. So it's gonna be interesting. Maybe he wants to flip this comm tower from afar. But Poland is not. He's not pulling back. Are we gonna use the bomber? Okay. Oh, okay. Breakthrough to get this attack here. Gonna interrupt that capture. He's probably deciding, do I use the bomber or not? My instinct says I have to. Let's see. I'm gonna take out this anti-air. There is a lot of anti-air by Mordio, so it is becoming tricky to take him out. It is exposing it to this medium tank and these mechs. Oof, just so many units being sacrificed by Poland. And as Eagle, even a recon to take out a mech, but there's another mech right here. There's just so many. Does the bomber attack the infantry? We're gonna make another bomber. Wow. Okay. Okay. This is the first time that I see Poland not going for that. That is pretty insane. Wow. So actually goes and interrupts this other capture instead. It's like, fine. I will lose the city, but at least I'm not gonna let you get this one. And this one is for free. Like, I can interrupt it without the bomber getting attacked by any of these anti-airs. So at least it interrupted a capture. So it was still the Poland nature there kicking in, just a little bit more safe. This one was definitely more valuable because, you know, it's a 4K flip. This one's just 2K. So there we go. It goes from 48 to 40 to 46 to 42. We're gonna... Oof. Those copters. Boom. Insane. Now also this city is under threat. There's no infantry in range to stop this. Only this anti-air. It's gonna be very easy blockable here. Also this city as well. These mechs are gonna just bully on these tanks. Medium tank as well. Recon goes down. All these infantry are getting sniped. And now Poland's gonna have very little infantry. Look, like there's two healthy ones over here, one in the middle, two down here. That's it. 5 infantry in total. Against a wave of it's the zombie army of infantry and mechs by Mordio, and the charge is there to have more of them. There's also the lightning strike that is almost ready to be used, but it is getting tricky with this amount of units for Poland. So now we have fighters. So this is gonna be now even more trickier for Poland. Fighters definitely a good thing here. Lots of bombers, like 4 bombers by Eagle. It's ridiculous. But these the Eagle infantry are not scared of the zombie army. They're still going forward to take out some of the injured infantry, take out that anti-air, take out that bomber. I think this is smelling like a lightning strike turn. Everything's moving forward. It looks like this is going to interrupt this capture right here. Bomber gonna take out that medium tank. These bombers are just going, they're going wild. They don't care about anything. Boom, takes out another anti-air. Yeah, I think Mordio is really needing those fighters to start zoning out those bombers. And it is the thing with the fighters in high funds is that once you make a fighter, you start this arms race of fighters. So Eagle is gonna answer back with a fighter, and it is gonna be it is gonna be a faster fighter than Sensei's, because although it was built afterwards, because of the lightning strike, it will have a position earlier than Sensei. So that is definitely very interesting. So this is I got 4 bombers and 1 copter, but there's like very few units, 21 units versus 37. The unit value is looking really good though for Eagle. So let's see what this lightning strike can do. Boom, boom. Because even, whoa, that's insane. Wow, so all those anti-airs go down. So these bombers are absolutely going wild, completely unpunished. They can just shoot at anything. That is insane. Even that copter goes down. Finish it like in topside capture fully. It's gonna interrupt that capture and this one as well. So definitely trying to keep that income. You can see keeping that income difference. Even as being the Stolier CEO, being Eagle, the king of the Stolliness, having that income lead is insane. Fighter, ooh, doesn't get the kill. That's because of the increased defense from Eagle, but it is going to go down by that anti-air. Rocket is going to move forward, and again, very overcharged by Sensei there. I think Mordio could have used the power maybe last turn, just have more units, more blocking of sorts. And it's gonna use Airborne Assault again. What a weird match. We have so many mechs. Wait, let's see. We got 24. Wait, does it say how much they have right now? Build value. 24 infantry and 30 mechs. So there's more mechs than infantry. Wait. Okay, never mind. Oh no, I think it's this. Okay. So 8 infantry and 26 mechs. Yeah. That is very funny. Bomber, ooh, that defense is insane. But still a lot of value for the anti-air. It is gonna end up going down. No more bombers down here in the south for Eagle. Anti-air is gonna go, and tank are gonna go down. Boom, boom. Those mechs are just feasting on those vehicles. So although it was a nice lightning strike here, now there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing here for Eagle. And there's a whole lot of units by Sensei that are just gonna slowly start pushing forward. The only thing about the mechs though is that they're slower to move, but to capture as well. So it's like you have a lot of mechs and not a lot of infantry. It's gonna be harder to threaten to flip stuff. Sure, you can cap with mechs, but you know they move slower, and you kind of want them to shoot at stuff instead of being capturing at stuff. So Bomber's gonna move towards the middle, take some of these mechs out. It is not out of range, so that fighter can attack here. But again, I'm telling you, arms race. First fighter gets an answer and then gets another fighter because you need to have like an answer to, like, you put the bomber, you shoot with this fighter, you counter with the other fighter, you need to have the other one, and then the same thing, we're gonna make another fighter. So there's always an arms race to the fighters. There you go. So it's like you need them. You need those fighter numbers so that whenever they start attacking each other, you win the overall trade. And because you can only make one a turn, no? So it gets tricky. And absolutely has to pull back, makes an anti here to, I guess, somewhat have deterrence against this fighter, and also against this like boatload of foot soldiers. So it makes triple anti-air fighter. And I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Like these anti-airs can shoot at literally everything on the map. Fighter is gonna move in and kill that bomber. When I start capturing his mechs, it seems like, so that is gonna be the plan right now for Mordio. Moving forward now, a lot of units have been cleared, has double the unit count, could easily get another power very soon. This base is under a lot of pressure, but I think it's gonna be fine. There is still a lot of these guys. You can make more infantry, get the fighter as well. So yeah, I think it's fine. Even sacrifices there. It's gonna get a few shots there. Sacrifice some of the mechs. And again, just makes a big barrier here. Probably makes medium tank? Okay, anti-air. I think a medium tank would make sense to force the bombers to attack here, and then you can kill it. And if not, it like deters these tanks, because these mechs are not going to hold. But instead makes a medium tank over here. And this rocket is not going to do anything just yet. So we're going to stop that. We're going to stop that as well. And this just getting very exposed, but it's going to get the first shot. Look at that trade, 9-2. Insane. Really good trade. It's going to join that bomber. Oh no, just moved it back. Gonna get some infantry somewhat in position to start a capture onto this comm tower, but it's gonna be very, very tricky to ever flip this. Just with the amount of units that there are. And again, these mechs are not gonna be able to counter these tanks. They're much faster. They can just stay one tile away, and that's gonna be fine. Gonna make a Neo tank, bomber, recon, infantry, and just kind of going back to the middle. Gonna regroup. Gotta be careful of what Sensei can do now. This city is definitely gonna get flipped. I feel like gonna sacrifice units because it's fine. Like you have these are for free, so you can definitely sacrifice them and injure Eagle's. You see, vehicles, since that is what gets the boost during the super. So definitely sacrificing that stuff. Gonna get an attack there. I think this is overall fine for Sensei. Gets enough charge from all those engagements to get up power. Look at all those infantry. Look at that unit count. And Eagle is very close to another super. I'm telling you, those supers from Eagle, they start coming pretty often. And this is gonna be the third one. After the third or fourth, it starts to get really expensive though, so you start to lose a little bit of that tempo, and you stop being able to rely on that as pressure. So gotta be careful though. Poland still has the income advantage, so that is nice, but we'll see. All these infantry are just gonna attack the tank, try to get some luck rolls and bring them down to 1. Gonna start this capture, bring this rocket perfectly there to cover that comm tower capture. I'm gonna probably block everything over here, brings the mechs forward, and I'd say probably a medium tank here at least. A medium tank would be a nice build here. Oh, or a Neo tank. Oh, a mega tank. Okay, that is a big buy. I think the reason is because of the lightning strike that is coming. So, kind of scared due to the lack of numbers here, and so it doesn't want all these units to kind of go boom 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 boom, take these guys out, and then all of a sudden the base gets blocked and can't access it again, so it just makes a mega tank just to be sure. And fighter is just there chilling. The only thing is that it's in range of this with a lightning strike, but maybe it's fine because there's so many anti-airs over here. I mean, look at that unit count, 52 to 21. 220 unit value to 157. Granted, lightning strike is coming, as I just heard some thunders over here. So let's see what can Poland do. I mean, if I was in Poland's shoes, and probably a lot of you would do the same, it's just like, I'm just gonna, pull back and chill. Just build up more army, and so then I can have a bigger and stronger lightning strike, right? Like 20 units, 150,000 value, like it is a strong lightning strike, but imagine 300,000 value. Like you hold for 2 or 3 turns, and you're building up 50k in value, and then also the amount of pressure that you can exert with that, like just holding back and having your lightning strike, building up army. And then they have to be like, oh, do I move here? Like the fact that Morio made a mega tank shows how scared, you have to be against lightning strike. So, but no, I think Poland is not going to do that. Poland is just going to charge in, as we've seen before. Boom, boom. Gonna probably try to take this out. There's just a lot of anti-airs. Just really relying on those anti-airs, but now these fighters have been coming in handy, I think, to cover more, make it more awkward for those bombers, and those tanks are just trying to do their best. There's just so many mechs, and that's definitely a play against Eagle. Like with Sensei, you can do infantry or mechs, and mechs can be good because it's gonna be tricky if you have a lot of little tanks and it's just way too many mechs to deal with, right? And then they shoot back at you with 150 or something attack, and they just completely wreck your tanks. And here we go with lightning strike at 190,000 value. I make bomber double tank. So I guess the plan is to try to take these 2 anti-airs. Or maybe take these 2 so that the Neo tank can be free to do whatever it wants. So boom, I take out that anti-air. We're gonna... Ooh, it doesn't take the rocket out, but severely injures it, and this anti-air as well. Little fighter's gonna get a little kill there, and actually is gonna be able to stop this capture. I mean, again, imagine if this was an infantry, then you can just boom, cap and join, and you're done. But no, it is a mech, so you have to put it here. So yeah, just gonna clean up a few units, just taking out all this the excessive amount of foot soldiers by Sensei, and then make more infantry. And definitely did a lot of damage. I think it was at 210,000 value for Mordio, and now it's 140, so it did like 70,000. Still has more unit count. That is just Sensei things. And the thing is, again, this is all very overextended, right? So now this is all gonna get very severely countered. But though this fighter, because of all those anti-airs were taken out, now nothing can really hit this guy. I guess unless you can take out this guy and this guy, or this guy, like maybe you take these two, and then this anti-air can come and hit here, something like that. But we'll see what is possible. But we're gonna finish that off, and then yeah, join there, block off here. So this is gonna guarantee this capture, I'm pretty sure, unless you send this bomber and then you send this tank, but still not likely. Fighter's gonna injure this, sacrifice there, just gonna sacrifice everything here, and this fighter, yeah, he's gonna go unharmed, so that's really nice for the fighter. And that's just kind of the thing. Now you have to be careful. The lightning strike really zones you out. This fighter was like all the way over here. It wasn't in range of this fighter, but because of lightning strike and because there wasn't enough coverage of this fighter, it was. So it was like boom, it hit it. And yeah, you just gotta be careful. Eagle lightning strikes are very scary. It's like your copters, you have to keep them 14 tiles away from the enemy anti-airs, you know? It's very tricky. And now this infantry is going to be in range of this comm tower, so a little bit of a threat going on there. Somehow Poland's still keeping that income advantage. Just insane. This bomber coming in here. We're gonna attack some of these units. This bomber finally running out of bullets, running out of ammo, and very low on fuel for an Eagle bomber, which is strange. I take out that artillery and that medium tank, so that city is gonna get flipped. Probably Poland's not very happy about that, but was able to clean up a lot of the army here. Lots of artillery and the medium tank, as well as a rocket. So getting a lot of value from these attacks. And this mega tank, it's a classic. Oh, you made a mega tank, I'm just gonna shift everything outside of that. You invested so heavily on that, fine, I'm just gonna move away, not let that get too much value, and I'll deal with that later on. You know, I'm gonna make more bombers, and then, you know, 2 bombers can take out a mega tank, I'm pretty sure. Especially Eagle with 2 towers. So now this guy, these 2 are kind of in range of the city, threatening. This guy is somewhat in range of this. I'm not sure if you can interrupt this capture, but Poland somehow being able to sneak in an infantry, one of the very few that he has, try to get a city capture here in the middle. I'm gonna sacrifice a bunch of infantry to get some luck rolls, and gets enough charge for an airborne assault again, so more mechs. Of which it's funny that 3 of the cities are occupied by Poland's units, which he wasn't able to clear, so that's 3 less mechs. And we're gonna get those 2 there. I don't think anything is in range to stop this capture, no. And we're gonna, whoa, do you see that? Boom, 2-4, and then takes it out. Wow, that's insane. Just Sensei things. Mechs are gonna move forward, but they're very slow. But it is tricky for Eagle to deal with him until he has that lightning strike. And again, double the unit count, ahead on unit value. Eagle just really relies on that lightning strike. Only ahead by 2k because of this city right now. They were even, and just now it's a little bit ahead. So it's very, I don't know, I want to say that Eagle is ahead, but I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. It could go either way from here. I think the game plan right now for Sensei is to solidify a ball and push forward with a lot of determination, and you know, just get the right composition, the right unit composition. But it's gonna be tricky. But you want lots of infantry, maybe mechs, but lots of infantry, indirects, and copters and anti-airs. You kind of want that composition, similar to Grid and Sammy. And Eagle, I mean, Eagle wants to just like hold back and then pressure you back, and then win you with with lightning strike. But those lightning strikes are getting more expensive. 130,000 now for a lightning strike when it starts off at like 80, right? So it is getting more expensive, and just doesn't have a lot of units. But he has been getting great value from them lately, so that is pretty good. But it's funny how Poland seems to be the one that's putting the pressure, the one dictating the match, right? He's determining where the fights are taking place. He was able to really force the one base to the point that Mordio made a mega tank, and because of that reaction, then he was able to shift down and just kind of destroy the army that had been accumulating down here by Mordio. And now all this is slowly pushing forward, so now Poland has to respect it. So now slowly starting to invest some stuff to defend from this. Doesn't want to lose these two cities. So there we go. Mordio is gonna go for that one and this one. This one is at 9 though. Doesn't have anything in range, but you can guarantee that this guy is gonna interrupt this. I wonder, nothing is really in range, but yeah, we're gonna pounce on this and gonna set up a defense to try to flip these two cities. So that is exactly what Sensei wants to do. Wants to start flipping these two cities, these two middle cities, possibly then these comm towers. Just slowly chip away and steal the income and push forward slowly. But at the same time wants to keep it somewhat brawly, doesn't want to let you build up a lot of army, especially with Eagle. So in a sense, it is fine for Sensei that Eagle has been using Lightning Strike over and over again. It's been pretty even. If you look at the unit count and the unit value, it's not like Eagle is like has double the unit value, right? Maybe the fact that from those from the mech from the supers, you get a lot of value from that because you get like, I don't know, 20 mechs. They're each 3k, so that's like 60k free value that you get. But you still need vehicles, as Poland just goes and focuses on all the vehicles. Boom, take that out. We're gonna take the anti-air. Oh, the bomber. I was gonna take the other anti-air. Okay, so I was gonna say this is extremely risky because this is all gonna go down, but Eagle is about to get that super. So I think all this is just gonna get absolutely wrecked. We're gonna stop that capture in the middle, and it always seems like Mordio is doing good. Sensei is, pushing forward and slowly trying to get an advantage until boom, Eagle gets a super and just like punches through like hard. And here it comes, that lightning strike is gonna absolutely destroy everything here. You got two anti-airs and a fighter to destroy these two. These two anti-airs are gonna go down. I think all this is just gonna absolutely get destroyed. Boom. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Just everything is just absolutely destroyed. Like, there's nothing. This fighter has nothing in range. This anti-air has nothing in range. So, got away here with murder. Like, brutal. There's only one infantry though for Poland to capture stuff, and it is in range of this. So maybe it will make it to flip this. We will have to see, as most of the infantry are being made over here at the top. Does go here for a little interrupt here, but it doesn't go crazy with the bombers. It seems like just gonna hold back just every single turn. Making a bomber is insane. This is like the Eagle's dream, no? Just having waves of bombers all the time. So let's see what Sensei's gonna do right now. Wow, really loving those airborne assault, huh? Just tons and tons of mechs. How many? 8 infantry and 30 mechs. So I'm gonna try to keep committing onto that city. I'm gonna clear the way to get some mech hits here. Not allowing that. Might be able to get some stuff in the middle, but again, it's hard to capture stuff with mechs. They're slow, it's hard to do the joint cap thing. Infantry are much better at that. And although you get more mechs, you can see how slow they are, right? Like, it's gonna take a bunch of turns for all the ones here in the back to do anything. It's really good when using it when there's cities in range of vehicles of the enemy. So you get a mech, boom, you hit it. You take out anti-airs, you take tank outs. You can bully a medium tank maybe with like 2 or 3 mechs. Stuff like that is really good for the copter. What is it called? I don't remember. Airborne assault, but I feel like what's really lacking is infantry for Sensei right now. It's really hard to pressure those captures. Like imagine if there was less mechs, more infantry. You could start these two captures much more effectively and you cover them with mechs. You can start this capture and you cover them with mechs. Just like this one. Like this one is great, but there's only one more infantry left to do a join here. So I don't think that is gonna make it through. And yeah, was not able to do anything here. Just has to, literally has to sit back here with these anti-airs. Just super afraid. And Poland is gonna send an infantry and leaves it at 6, which is enough to interrupt the capture because it is at 7. Breakthrough, and actually sends another one to really guarantee. At the same time, killing the other infantry, you know, which we were talking about. So now that capture is absolutely denied. There's no infantry to join cap here. Can also sacrifice here to slow down this capture. Bombers and everything here down here is probably going to shift towards the middle, as there isn't a lot of coverage maybe from these anti-airs. Here we go. Clean up a few. There's no units, and this infantry is going to get that capture. That is insane. There's nothing in range to stop that. The other thing of using more the power with Sensei is that you get more of them, right? Because the super, it uses all of it. It uses all your charge. But because you have 6 and then maybe you have it all charged and you use the power, you can use it like every single turn. Like, use the power, then you get a few attacks, you get another power, and it's just, you can use it like 3, 4, 5 turns in a row. It depends on how much charge you can make. Bombers are just gonna sit back, accumulate, and just like make a line. But yeah, just trying to, now yes, Poland is maybe more focused on like, okay, I need to build up army. And it has 270,000. Got these guys getting a lot of value. Gonna get a flip here, so we're gonna increase that income difference. And doesn't want to throw the army over here. So being more careful. Just enough to stop these captures. Again, because of the lack of infantry, this is not gonna go through. Just mechs being used to attack and defend and capture. And they're not very good at capturing. So same case here, like infantry is gonna start a capture. You only have one other one to join cap, so that's gonna be really hard to sustain. This one will most likely go through, so that is probably gonna get flipped by Sensei. And all the mechs very slowly creep forward. Tons and tons of anti-airs. Just how many? 11 anti-airs. You got 5 here and a 6th one being made, and 3 plus 2 more being made. So a lot of anti-airs. There is a lot of bombers. I do think fires are gonna be a better response though. It's gonna help to zone them out better, as they can also 1-hit KO them. And yeah, that one was not gonna go through. Both infantry were taken out, and the mech is gonna like just, you're not getting any of mech captures. Like you got this one because I let you, but I'm not letting you get any other one. We're gonna attack all these guys, just using the infantry to injure stuff. Look at all the bombers. More bombers every single turn. Bomber. To be fair, like if there is no fighters, you can just make a lot of bombers. There is a lot of anti-airs. Like Morio can make 3 times as many anti-airs a turn than Poland can make bombers. So at a certain point, you have to be careful. But as we've seen those, and as we see a bomber go down with a fighter, with those lightning strikes, you can take down a lot of anti-airs. So as long as Poland can maintain that presence of the bombers and a few other light vehicles, a few tanks and neo tanks, he's gonna be able to put enough pressure to really ward off the pressure from Morio, really moving forward here. But I think it's mostly to like block, so trying to guarantee these captures. They're not gonna go through. Remember, these are at 9 HP, so it brings it down to 11. You're gonna need 2 more turns. So let's see. You're really gonna need infantry, I think. Morio really needs to use the power to get some more infantry next turn. And just repositioning all those mechs. They do make it awkward for the light vehicles to attack, because say this tank attacks this mech, the counter attack is gonna sting. And there's like 2 or 3 times the amount of mechs that there are tanks. And so we're gonna take out that fighter right there. We're gonna break through and attack that mech 100%. This is Poland we're talking about. We're gonna almost take that guy out, and bombers are gonna take out some anti-airs, it seems like. Maybe just one of them. And everything else is just gonna go back and heal, take out a few of them, get a little bit of charge as well, you know. That is definitely an important factor to keep in mind, although playing it safe with most of the army, staying out of range of anti-airs, as you can see. Just a few of them sending them in to get some charge as well. And that Neo tank is safe from this mega tank. So I think definitely maybe a bomber or a Neo tank instead of a Neo tank or a mega tank here, or more fighters would help a lot the composition for Mordio and more infantry. So let's see if he decides to use the power. I think it would help him a lot. So we're gonna take out that bomber, and that charge is going up. We're gonna get more shots onto that copter. So now lightning strike is almost ready to go, and we are going to use copter command. And this might be a good moment to maybe pull back. I mean, I don't know. If you pull back from a lightning strike, it's kind of game over. I think you do want to keep the fight going all the time. And it looks like we're gonna do a very long horizontal line in the map. Let's see, are we gonna complete this line? No, okay, almost. We're just gonna accumulate a bunch of units, and has more than double the units than Poland. Will Poland do another all-in lightning strike to take out stuff? We're gonna flip this other city, bringing even more of an income lead to Poland. 52 to 44. But still 25 units to 60. Well, 59. So I think it might be a lightning strike. Yes, this is definitely a lightning strike. Boom. I'm gonna take out some mechs out. Take that copter out. I'm gonna take that anti-air. There's still a lot of units left. Another mech, another anti-air, and another anti-air. Mega tank. Okay, mega tank. A shot. And this Neo tank is probably gonna help out against the anti-airs or the mega tank. But yeah, this is definitely a lightning strike. And it's funny because there isn't a lot of units for Poland, but they're all very high value. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bombers. And another one being made. Just every single turn a bomber. So many bombers. And they're all, these 7 are in position to shoot at stuff, and they can all shoot at vehicles probably. It's gonna be deadly. It's like very few units, but all very high value. Versus Mordio that has a ton of units, but all very small. Infantry, mechs, anti-airs. So let's see. Fighter is very low on fuel and almost out of bullets or ammo. Gonna take out that bomber in one shot. Look at that. Boom. Then I'm gonna clear some more foot soldiers. This isn't able to clear that way though. I'm gonna take that one out, and the anti-airs we've seen. Oh, okay. So, maybe because of the power, makes it a roll. We're gonna not be able to clear that as well. The extra defense is hurting right there. We're gonna attack every single anti-air in the area as well as this one. So every single anti-air, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these anti-airs have been hit. Even taking out that one and that one. And then just gonna stand back. But yeah, maintaining that income lead by 8k difference, unit value insane, 140, and closing the gap a little bit on the unit count. Mordio could use another power, but he is lacking a lot on the vehicles. Like everything here is injured, so nothing can really answer to any of these vehicles. You would need a super to get some mech shots, but I don't think it's worth. This base is just being absolutely overwhelmed. There's just not enough units that you can pump out of this base to answer to all of this stuff. You just need to send stuff, I think, from the bottom. So we're gonna sacrifice all the injured stuff to do some damage. Gonna try to get some of these captures. I doubt they're gonna go through though, and finish off some of these guys and position in the middle to capture. And sacrificing all of those injured things. Get charge and use copter command, and this can possibly help to block stuff here. It's tricky having so many bombers and the Neo tank pointing at your base without any vehicle support, because what can you make? If you make anything less than a medium tank, it's gonna be destroyed by a single bomber. Even a medium tank, neo tank gets hit by a bomber or two, gets destroyed. You can't make an anti-air because it also gets destroyed. You can only make a mega tank really. So I feel like Murdy's gonna make a mega tank, but it's not the best. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is. It's the only way to save the base, and you have no support. But this fighter is absolutely unchallenged here, so I think you could not make a mega tank. I think you can make, I don't know, an infantry or an anti or something like that, and you'll be fine. Because both this bomber and this fighter have nothing to fight them. So if you make an infantry and these guys attack, or you make an anti for example, and these guys attack, I would actually maybe like a neo tank. A neo tank is more versatile to ward off all the tanks and anything. If they decide to stay and attack, then you can kill a bomber and then kill the neo tank without being punished. So let's see. Oof, nice. I like that. I like that a lot. That is huge. I think that was a great decision by Mordio. It's really tricky because in that moment you're like panicking. It's all that pressure. Ooh, do I make a mega tank? But no, Mordio is keeping that head cool. You know, don't worry, it's fine. We have the spam of units. We are gonna be fine. Got all these infantry everywhere. We have the air. You know, air superiority in a sense. I mean, there's these bombers, but there's so many bombers. But I don't think they can stay. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, you can do that, but one of them is going to go down and you're not going to have an answer. You can bring this anti-air, but it's not in range to defend these. So one of those bombers are going to go down. Sure, they shoot a bunch of infantry, but I think that was a good decision. You got, this bomber is going to go down. You can somewhat injure another one. Fighter's going to shoot. You can make another anti-air. Like, it's fine. Boom, that goes down. Ooh, even that one gets a nice shot there. Going to take... Okay, it's out of range, that is fine. So, good stuff. Gonna take that bomber out as well. So, ooh, kinda maybe pushing back this whole attack from Poland. I'm gonna try to flip this city. I'm gonna try to flip this comm tower. And really also trying to go for the middle. Although there's a lot of vehicles and bombers in the middle for Poland, so it's gonna be kinda complicated. And we're still a bit far away from another lightning strike, so I think Mordio has a chance to start flipping stuff, putting this pressure on. And this bomber is going to be trapped, it seems like, so that one is going to go down. Got another fighter coming, so definitely having that upper hand on the fighter count, as Poland just made one of them. It's going to take him a while to get that count up. Gets another fighter, so, ooh, that is going to set Poland behind. It's going to really ward off the bombers a lot. They've done a lot of work, but if you don't have fighters of your own, it's going to be really tricky to count. Because, I mean, there's also not a lot of anti-airs. He only has one anti-air. So, it's the fighter wars. It's the fighter arms race. In comes the Recon. Then we got the other fighter. And yeah, bombers have to pull back. They can't really do much. I think Mordio has a chance here to start flipping some stuff, as Poland just like wrecks every single one of these captures. But it is forcing these fights, so Mordio's able to get all these high value attacks with low value units. Even a mech shot there, boom, gonna take that anti-air out, so that's really nice. So yeah, look, even this fighter gets a shot there. It is in range of this anti-air, but takes out two bombers, boom, boom, and takes out that other one. So dropping down that number of bombers, now there's only two bombers left for Poland. But look at that charge. As all those bombers go down, we got the charge again. And Mordio is not getting any captures just yet. And we're going to go for another super. Another airborne assault. Get those mechs before that lightning strike to make it more awkward for Eagle to attack. So everyone's just going to move towards the middle. Got 56. We're going to have like probably 60 units. There you go, 60 units, triple anti-air bomber. You know, at this point it's like, I just need to make 3 anti-airs a turn because those bombers just go crazy. But the bomber count have dropped a lot. There's only 2 now, and we had like 7 or 8, remember? So, I think here definitely a Neotank would be a very good buy. There's already quite a bit of anti-airs. Because if not, this Neotank is gonna go crazy. I guess you do have this bomber, but it's tricky. Maybe some more indirects. I don't know. But it's just wild, no? And it doesn't look like Poland's gonna use that lightning strike. Just kind of pulling back, gonna maybe make some more army. Since there is no captures going on, there's that instinct, the Poland instinct of going and interrupting captures is not getting activated. So just pulling back, making more army, and waiting for Mordio to start any captures. We're gonna injure this, or cripple this fighter really, and start a capture here with a fresh, healthy infantry. Gonna do 2 tile layer blocking to really force a awkward fight here. There is lightning strike, so you have to be very careful. So just kind of bunching everything up. Yeah, whatever that. Again, going for the 2 captures. I mean, tricky stuff. I guess you could try to go for maybe just 1 at a time and try to force fights that way, since 2 is kind of ambitious with less army and right in the middle of the map as well. Before a lightning strike, elevator exposed, but makes another fighter. So this one was lost. So now there's only gonna be 1, and there's this 1 here. So if this fighter cannot reach this fighter, I think it'll be fine for Mordio. There is also like a ton of anti-air. There's just way too many. How many are there? 13 anti-airs. Absolutely insane. Always having double the unit count. Fighter's gonna go down, and you know what is coming. Yep. Those captures are not gonna go through. Poland's gonna do anything possible to stop them. Boom, that Neotank. Ooh, if this... I think this should have been a Neotank. This Neotank should have been here, I think. But we'll see. And take that out. And... is Poland not gonna stop this capture? I mean, you can still send this guy here. We'll see. We're gonna... Okay. Not interrupting this just yet, but we are plunging into attack. Gonna probably try to cripple all of these anti-airs. So then these bombers and fighters can be a little more free. There's another bomber coming and another fighter coming. And here we go. Lightning strike. 280,000 value army. Only a few infantry, so it's mostly just vehicles. Boom. Even the recon's getting some value and a breakthrough there. Anti-airs are great for Eagle. Gonna even, boom, take out that anti-air. 1 hit. That's crazy. Gonna take that anti-air out. Take that anti-air out. Fighter's gonna take that bomber. Oof, this is really what you don't want this to happen. Oof. Now the base is getting blocked by a 2 HP fighter. Another anti-air goes down. Another anti-air goes down, and the last anti-air is going down. And to finish it off, that city is getting interrupted. So absolutely wrecked in the middle. That lightning strike completely destroying this second half of the army from Mordio, destroying the 7 anti-airs that there were, the bomber, this fighter as well, just every single vehicle possible, and just keeps attacking and interrupts both captures. It's not gonna interrupt this one, so it looks like this one is gonna go down. Kind of like sent everything just to hit hard here in the middle. So. And it's gonna sit here on the counter with a Neotank. Nothing is in range of it, so it's just gonna sit there to prevent anything from trying to attempt a capture, you know? Make it less awkward. And unless this fighter can take this guy out, but I hardly doubt it that it's possible. It is an Eagle lightning strike fighter, so I don't think that it's gonna be taken out. That bomber, that base is lost just for now, as we see a big invasion of mechs again. Mordio's really liking those airborne assaults. Bomber gonna come up towards the middle. We're gonna try to take stuff out, but there just isn't a lot, I think. Just lots of infantry attacks, mechs attacks, and that's pretty much it. This mech could shoot at the Neotank. Yeah, sacrificing there. Doesn't get the kill there with a fighter, and that's it. Yeah, pretty much very little punishing there from Mordio onto the Poland's army here in the middle. So a very good lightning strike, I would say. There's now all this army is kind of shifting towards the middle. So it almost seems to me like Mordio is more so reacting to Poland's aggression, which is very interesting in this matchup. Fire's actually gonna finish off the other one, and I mean it can be taken out by this one, I guess, unless you join it. Yeah, I guess you could join it. But yeah, just gonna take out a few of these foot soldiers, and gonna start capturing that com tower. Gonna make another fighter. Don't want to lose that fighter war. Mordio was doing fine with the fighter war until Lightning Strike came in, evened it out. So now we have 3 fighters for Eagle coming and 2 for Sensei. Double recon. Those recons for Eagle are nice. You know, they get that extra value during the Lightning Strike. And oof, it's day 30 already. It's a very long match, very long one. And Poland has been able to hold that income for so long. Like Mordio has never been on top on income. It is insane. Just always being able to be putting pressure in multiple areas by Poland, being very effective with a Lightning Strike, getting enough charge here or there to always have that as a threat. Maybe Mordio under preparing or under positioning for a Lightning Strike, and then every single unit that was valuable getting hit during that Lightning Strike, and then is not able to counterattack it. Absolutely wild. They are getting more expensive. Look at that, it's almost 180,000 for the next Lightning Strike. So it is getting trickier and trickier. This base is getting freed up. This mech, this Neo Tank is getting bullied on. So maybe we'll see a com tower flip here. I don't know. A lot of sacrifices here. This must be like the number 10 attempt by Mordio to try to flip this com tower. Gonna get some sacks there. Again, here again. These captures are just not gonna go through. These in the middle are so hard. And this area by Mordio is just lacking vehicles. I think sending Air Force and just making vehicles here every single turn is probably the way to go. Lots of fighters and bombers. But yeah, it's hard for Sensei right now. It's hard for Mordio to try to put the pressure needed to try to change things, as he's gonna lose this com tower. That's gonna be 3 com tower Eagle against 1 com tower Sensei. That is insane. Oof. So not only is now Poland ahead on income, and he's gonna definitely stop these captures, he is ahead on the com tower count as well. There is no day limit here. This is Global League, but still, it is very nice to have that extra firepower. Look at that, boom. Gonna stop that. He's like, yeah, there's no way you're gonna get that. Sending every single recon against every mech. I do think that the spam of the mechs by Mordio, what was it, Air Force Command Assault something, has definitely made it harder to put pressure. It makes it less flexible. It's a great tool to have those mechs and be able to shoot at vehicles in certain moments, because you have a city there, there's an anti there, boom, mech, you shoot. But if you don't have infantry, it's gonna be really hard to put the real pressure that you want. You want to be flipping those cities. You want to be putting pressure. You want to put an infantry, a healthy infantry in a city, and be like, Poland, if you want to stop this capture, you need to send all your stuff, and then you have your stuff behind to then punch back at that army, and then they don't have enough vehicles to do Lightning Strike or whatever, you know? The best way of putting pressure and forcing fights is by capturing, by pressuring cities, starting captures, or just pointing at them with the infantry. And now, yes, we get a copter command, we get those infantry. They're also faster, you know, they move an extra tile, so they're 50% faster. They're gonna get to those front lines, especially the ones in the back. They're gonna get there faster, and they're gonna be able to provide a wall and put pressure that you need. And you can save the mechs to put them behind as like your cheap parties that can shoot at vehicles. So we're gonna just send everything. Look at this huge ball of units, just mostly infantry and mechs. Really, is 5 anti-airs or 6, 2 fighters, 1 Neo Tank. Finally, we have a Neo Tank here. So, and after that, even as I say that it's so expensive for the Lightning Strike, there we are again. How many Lightning Strikes it has been? Let's see if we're gonna go for another lightning strike. It doesn't seem like, no. He's kind of pulling back. Positioning the fighters here in the middle. We've got the bombers over here. We've got the recons. We've got another bomber. I don't think there's been a single turn that Poland hasn't used the airport. It's been bomber fighter every single turn. And this might be the moment where Morio wants to push forward. But again, only mechs to capture. I think you can definitely try to get this comm tower back. I don't think Poland really is going to care that much of losing this comm tower. So I think he's probably going to be fine. And Morio is going to be a little bit afraid from that lightning strike. So kind of repositioning, trying to plan for the next turn. Probably try to get this infantry in range, you know, get those healthy infantry in range of things to capture so you can start putting pressure. But yeah, not going to attack just now, just going to kind of pull back. Doesn't want to get hit once again by a devastating lightning strike. This infantry is not in position to capture anything. The ABC is going to refuel this bomber that was dying of fuel, and this one is going to join here. This one also has no bullets or anything. And we're going to take out those infantry that came forward. Lots of recons. And same thing. It's like, okay, fine. If you're not capturing anything, I am gonna just accumulate army. And wherever you're trying to pressure, I can see it miles away because you have all mechs. Bomber's gonna come in and shoot at this Neo Tank, mech, and infantry. Ooh, doesn't get the kill there. Gonna start that capture with a mech. Gonna surround everything. Now this infantry is in range of the city. I think probably rockets. Like after you have a Neo Tank and a few anti-airs, rocket here would be great. Sensei does like those rockets since you have such a thick layer of units to defend. Instead of having artillery, you can have rockets behind, and it's even harder for the opponent to reach those rockets. And let's see, they're just repositioning, just being very cautious. Another anti-air, another bomber, and more, just so many anti-airs. It's been bomber on one side and anti-air mech on the other side. It's insane. Of course, Poland is not going to let that go through. Nah, just destroy the units that went here trying to take out the Neo Tank. The bomber was taken out by this fighter. I'm just going to sit back in the middle, stay away, just enough from the anti-airs and stuff. Again, the mechs are very slow. They can't really threaten these guys. If they had +1 movement, maybe, but that's not the case here. So, just able to put these guys, the light vehicles in the front to defend, while the heavy stuff and the valuable stuff stays in the back. I'm gonna join cap here. Gonna start to get this capture. And although you might be, hey, there's nothing in range to interrupt this capture, there is. There's a lightning strike. So, anything is in range of that infantry. And Morio maybe decides, you know, if I sit back, I'm just gonna die. I found the opportunity, I'm gonna break through and try to take out this bomber. It doesn't die because of the extra eagle defense. Does take that one out though. And I guess you could use the power to get that extra stats, but I guess maybe going for the first attacks to get all that charge and might finish the turn with a power. We shall see. I think a power would definitely be... Ooh, I think maybe we're not gonna use a power. Ooh, I think you definitely want to use a power here, so you have more units and you can block more stuff. Yeah, no, we're not using a power. We're sitting on every single city just to have that extra defense. And just, again, triple anti-air bomber. That's like the composition that Morio has been going for. Very different composition that usually Sensei wants to go for. Gonna take out that fighter. This is definitely gonna be a lightning strike. Gonna take out that bomber. I'm gonna break through and take out that mech capturing. It's like you're not getting any single building of mine. We're gonna break through and take that. With the 3 comm towers, these breakthroughs are insane. Breakthrough there, take out the anti-air. Oof, this might be the last lightning strike. This is it. Like at this point, this is gonna be the game-winning lightning strike, because Morio has not been able to flip anything, has not been able to really put any pressure, like solidify and advance in 35 turns, and every single lightning strike has been absolutely devastating, and this one is just gonna put the nail in the coffin, as all those anti-airs are going down, the bomber is going down, just that unit count is dropping. We've not used the power of the super, so there's less units blocking. Take out that anti-air, stop that capture. We're We're gonna use the recons to break. Ooh, doesn't get the kill, but uses the 1 HP bomber to break through. Another mech goes down. Another anti-air goes down. The Neo tank goes down. That anti-air goes down. Just. And now probably for the first time, and actually gets a kill there on that Neo tank. That's insane. For the first time, I think, ever in the match, Eagle has more units than Sensei. So, Eagle is ahead on every single count to Sensei. And Sensei has nothing. You can shoot at a bunch of bombers. You have no answer whatsoever to the Neo tanks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 Neo tanks, and there's 1 tank, 2, 3 tanks, like, and a few more here. You just have anti-airs. I mean, I don't know what you can do at this point. Even the first strike here with the anti-air is very funny. But I wouldn't be surprised to see a GG here. Like, it is looking so bad for Mordio. I'm not sure he can ever come back now at this point. It has been so long, and it becomes very demotivating, you know, or unmotivating at a certain point. These mechs are not really gonna get much value. Probably got 1 shutout. I'm gonna make a Mega Tank Copter anti-air mech and passes the turn. So I'm not gonna give up just yet. Got ahead in unit count again, which is not surprising for Sensei with the powers, but is not gonna be able to pick up on that income or that unit value. And that's the heavy hitting stuff that Eagle has, and Sensei does not have it. Like, there is a lot of anti-airs, but those bombers are just running around, running away from the anti-airs or taking them out. There's not enough Neo tanks or bombers to deal with the Neo tanks and tanks from Eagle. Just getting out compositioned, pretty much. And even this base is getting trapped. Nothing can break through here. This bomber doesn't reach this Neo tank, so this anti-air cannot attack here. Even then, I don't think it would kill. So this Mega Tank is trapped here, and Mordio taps out, resigns. Oh, what a game! And this was a long one too. That was wild. That was wild. I knew it was gonna be wild, and it was a long game too. Just very interesting how to see seeing Poland use Eagle in this match, and the way that he does, and his strategy of sacrificing absolutely everything to sub captures. There was a few instances that he didn't go the 100% way, but still very true to his nature, even in this new mode, and with the stolliest CO in the game. And it was very interesting to see just the composition, just the bombers every single turn, having a few Neo tanks as well in there, and a few tanks sprinkled in to have that versatility. And Sensei not being able to catch up. Every single time that Mori was able to kind of build up an army, then boom, getting hit by that lightning strike and just finding the break. I swear, Poland has a way of finding holes in your walls and hits your valuable units, and then you can't counter back, and it's like he sets you back like 2 or 3 turns in value and composition. And then he's able to hold on to that income that he had, and it's just wild. So many bombers for Eagle. The dream composition of Eagle, just bombers everywhere all the time, and just Sensei not being able to get to a composition. I guess I think that's probably the breaking point. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this match. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.